Morning everybody, Sam here, United People's TV, live on Facebook and YouTube with, as always, Monday to Friday in the mornings, MUFC Daily. Everybody's feeling good today after that stonking 4-2 win against Watford. There was a little bit of unnecessary squeaky bum time because Man United let 3-0 become 3-2, but Jesse Lingard took it upon himself to go and score an absolute blinder to make it 4-2. Man United 3 points in the bag, another 4 goals. Man United in second place, keeping up with Man City as much as we can. Now, the person I want to talk about today, because there was lots and lots of conversation about him last night, Romelu Lukaku. He didn't score last night. Romelu Lukaku now has got 3 assists in his last 10 games, but only 1 goal. And I want to ask you, going into the Arsenal game at the weekend, do you think that Romelu Lukaku should be dropped or benched by Jose Mourinho? Because we've got other options available who could be better. Anthony Martial scored against Watford. Marcus Rashford came off the bench. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, he could be fit to start. So Man United have got options up front. Last season when Zlatan Ibrahimovic was out of form, we didn't really have another option. So we started every single game. And if I'm looking at Romelu Lukaku, he has played 90 minutes in every single match he's played, apart from 23 minutes against Swansea. And that was in the League Cup when he came off the bench when Man United, I think, were already 2-0 up. Other than that, he's played every single minute of football for Manchester United and only got 1 goal in the 4-1 win over Newcastle. Against Watford, he had a big opportunity. He's a man who right now is a little bit lacking in confidence. And it depends whether you feel that dropping him to the bench would be a negative impact on his confidence, or whether you feel that he'd be able to cope with the added pressure of being dropped and coming back into the team, and whether Man United would be better off without him starting. This is what Jose Mourinho had to say about Lukaku's performance last night. He said, I think he needs a big contract with boots. At the moment, he has no contract with any brand. That is why he is wearing black boots. Jokes apart, he works amazingly well for the team. I would never blame him for missing an easy chance. Never. He's an amazing professional. I couldn't be happier with him. So Jose Mourinho, with certain players, at certain points, he publicly criticises them. Say Chris Smalling after Chelsea away last year. It's not the route he's taken with Romelu Lukaku. And that strikes me as probably showing that he won't be benching Lukaku for the big game against Arsenal at the weekend. And Lukaku certainly won't want that. But Lukaku, he's only got 1 in 10. And with United having different options, I think it's something that we should at least discuss today on MUFC Daily. And let's see what you guys and girls have got to think about it. Said Shazwat saying Arsenal's a big team, so we need Zlatan to start. Lukaku should be dropped. Moore watching from Nigeria saying no, I think he should be given a little more time. James Benison watching from college in Durham. I like the commitment, James. We've got David watching from Cornwall, and he's saying Lukaku should be dropped. But Bright Agimang, he's saying no, keep him in the team. And Shahid Kasim says can't drop him. I feel when he was signing his deal, there must have been something in there about playing as much as possible. I don't think that's the case. I think that's just Mourinho wants to use his best striker as much as possible, and that's what he's continuing to do. Gary here is saying Lukaku is our starting centre forward. Why are you so determined to undermine him, Sam? I'm not at all, Gary. I just think with 1 goal in his last 10 appearances, and with Man United's squad in attack having great options, Anthony Martial's got plenty of goals. Marcus Rashford, wonderful at starting centre forward. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic is now fit. I think it would be foolish for United fans not to discuss the idea of an out-of-form player being put on the bench and replaced by someone in the starting 11. A bit like Jesse Lingard and Henrik Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan was banging form at the start of the season. He was left out of the squad completely to face Watford. Lingard starting at number 10, put in a fantastic performance, scored the 4th goal that sealed the game. It goes to show that sometimes replacing players in the starting 11 can have a positive impact on a team. So this isn't a video to try and undermine anybody. It's a video to discuss what Man United's options are in attack and whether you feel that now is the right time maybe to give Lukaku a bit of a rest on the bench and put someone else up front. Got Football India saying, absolutely not. If so, why were we afraid about his 3-match ban? Ask yourself, because we know he's a lethal finisher, can make defenders cry blood with his muscular ability. Well, I never thought I'd read a sentence like that in my life. Lukaku, I don't know where I stand on this, because I feel yes, we could play Martial up front and he could maybe do a better job than Lukaku can at the moment, but then who plays left wing? I don't think we've got a proper option there. Yes, we could play Rashford up there, but Mkhitaryan's bang out of form. Mata's not going to play right wing. Maybe Jesse Lingard plays there. United do have options. I do think that Romelu Lukaku will start against Arsenal, and I hope to God he scores. But I don't think anybody should see this as me trying to undermine Lukaku and trying to build an agenda against him. When a player's got 1 in 10 goals, you question whether or not he should be replaced in the starting 11. Claude Arenze saying Lukaku should not be dropped. His teammates need to make more opportunities for him, and Zlatan is too slow and just came back from a serious injury. Zlatan's return is bad for the team. Now, I do agree with your first point there, absolutely. In that United do need to make more chances for Lukaku. I've said this plenty of times on MUFC Daily and in my match reactions. Lukaku is not a great footballer. Lukaku is a great goal scorer. He won't create chances left, right and centre, but if you create a chance for him, invariably, 8 times out of 10, he's going to finish it. Right now, that confidence is waning a little bit. His confidence is lacking. Some of his finishing hasn't been as clinical and as clean cut as it should be, but that will come in time. You know, nobody expected him to get 7 in 7 at the start of his United career, and I expect him, as soon as he gets that one out of the way, scores and gets back into the rhythm, he'll start firing left, right and centre as well. But I'm a bit confused how none of you, or not none of you, but some of you are accusing, someone's accusing me of being clickbait there. Someone's accusing me of trying to build an agenda against Lukaku. Absolutely not, guys. I don't know how you can't have this conversation, a mature conversation with opinions about Lukaku and whether he should be dropped after he scored 1 in 10. What's so confusing about that? Stephen Bennett over on Facebook, he's saying Lukaku should be benched for a little while. He just isn't finding the right positions right now, looks short of confidence and he's not scoring. I think others could currently do a better job at the moment, maybe either Rashford or Martial. I don't think Zlatan is ready to start yet. And I do agree with that. I don't think Zlatan is ready to start yet. And he would slow Manchester United down. David Morwood saying Arsenal's defence will cope with Lukaku, but against speed they would struggle. So in my opinion, he may be better off coming off the bench. It all depends on the style of play. Last night against Watford we saw 3-5-2. I think we'll see 3-5-2 against Arsenal as well. Maybe that means Lukaku will be partnered up front again by Anthony Martial. Was it last night? I don't know. I'm really confused as to people accusing me of being a Lukaku hater, doing left, right and centre. He's done a wonderful start at United, but he's got 1 in 10. 1 goal in 10 games. How can you not entertain the idea of having a conversation about him being put on the bench? I mean, being put on the bench, Jesus Christ, is not the worst thing in the world. He's a professional footballer. He'll cope with that. Let's run through a few more of your comments. You got me really confused now. Michael Dakowitz saying, thank God Jose understands the situation. Lukaku should play every single game. No player should play every single game by default. It's a problem that United have had in the past when Wayne Rooney's been bang out of form. He's just been playing left, right and centre when he shouldn't be. Other players in the same vein. Zlatan last year, there were so many times I felt it would have been right to put him on the bench and bring him off from the bench. But he wasn't, and United suffered because of it. No player should ever be bigger than a team. No player should ever be in the starting 11 by default. And with United having good options in attack right now, we should be at least discussing the idea of Lukaku being on the bench. Not all of you agree with that quite clearly, which is quite surprising. But let me know in the comments. Now, most of you have made your opinion clear. Some of you want Lukaku on the bench. Most of you want him in the team. And a lot of you are questioning whether I am trying to diminish Lukaku, to build an agenda against him. I am not. I'm a United fan. I'm a Lukaku fan. But with 1 in 10, I'm not letting him just get away with it like he's still in banging goal scoring form. I'm questioning his form just like any fan and any manager should do. But let me know your opinions in the comments. Keep leaving them in there. I'll be here tomorrow, as always, with MUFC Daily. We're going to have the Arsenal preview and Predict 11 up as well tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. Until tomorrow, take it easy.